Castle. So both those guys will be here at 7:20, and that film is playing this week at the Waiwiga International Film Festival, which we talked about a little bit about last week as well. So those guys will be here at 7:20. Got a great question tonight. Lots going on. Before we go any further, though, I have to read. We got a text from Bud last Friday night. Amanda, do you know who Bud is?
I do not.
Okay. He is a guy that listens to our show from 4 to 6 on the rebroadcast because he's out delivering papers around the Madison area.
Oh, nice.
Sometimes he texts us and we get to his texts, the next day or whatever. But he says, "Hey, Pete, I waited till the end of your rebroadcast for someone to weigh in with the app I listen to when I'm not listening to your show." Good caveat, Bud. Appreciate that. He says, "Unless I missed it, I haven't heard anyone mention Pandora. I love the Chill radio station, which plays a lot of Jesse Cook, Johannes Lindstedt, am I saying that right? With a little of Sade sprinkled in for smooth songs with lyrics. Love your show, Bud from Janesville." Nobody said Pandora or Spotify, any music apps, because that was the question Friday. What app do you use the most? Or maybe it was Thursday.
I think when most people hear app, they're immediately thinking social media. They're not thinking
You're right.
Audible, because there's Audible, there's Spotify. I'm shocked someone still uses Pandora.
Really?
I truly am.
Is Bud dating himself?
I don't know. I thought that app went extinct.
Really? I've never used any of the music apps. I have thousands of songs in my Apple iTunes on an old computer and a hard drive that I can't access. I haven't listened to my library in years.
But they might kind of be bringing the iPods back, or
of course they will.
The little shuffle thing. They're kind of making that full circle right now.
That's really irritating.
It is. It's like, oh, your phone's not going to have headphones. You're not going to have a headphone jack. You have to get wireless.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, guess what? There's this new feature. We're going to put wires on your headphones.
Right.
It's brand new. It's never been done before.
That really, literally, I am sitting here stewing because Apple, here's the problem. I have been a loyal Apple customer since its inception, since the Apple IIe in the late 80s, or maybe it was the mid 80s. I don't even remember, but they're so expensive, and they're always shaking you down for money with new cords and adapters and all this nonsense. They have all this technology. They can make it easier for you if they wanted to, but they just want to sell you crap.
I mean, that's just like the gaming industry. Now, when you buy the game, it's not the complete game.
Really?
No, not anymore. They jacked up the prices, insanely so.
Yeah.
And you're only downloading a part of it. And then you have to download all these extras in order to finish the game.
You got to be kidding me.
Oh, no. Don't even get me into couch co-op and how that's basically not existent now.
I won't get you into that because I don't know what that is.
It's sitting down two people to play the same game on the same television together without two systems involved.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we're both outraged tonight, Amanda. I think that's going to make for a great show.
Outraged Monday.
You guys are welcome to share your outrage on whatever it is you're outraged about. As you know, the phone lines here are always open at 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC. I want to go over a couple things here because we've got a really fun lineup this week. I'm off Thursday and Friday, and filling in will be John and Gordy from the WMDX Morning Show. Those guys are a lot of fun. They filled in for me before and do a great job. And I know Conrad is probably more looking forward to working with them than he is with me, that's okay. I'll take a backseat to John and Gordy. And I'm speaking for the K-Man, which I shouldn't do. But John and Gordy are great. They'll be here Thursday and Friday. I am going to the Waiwiga International Film Festival to see a lot of Northeast Wisconsin filmmakers work, as well as my sons. So we'll be there. That will be fun on Thursday night.
And you'll be taking pictures and sending them to me so I can post them to your socials?
Please remind me to do that.
Okay.
You're so good at that. The award-winning Amanda Nimmer, our social media guru here at Civic Media and WGBW and WISS. Tonight, I mentioned Mike Schmidt and Daniel Wheeler and Jason Buss are here. Tomorrow night, this is exciting. There's a film shot in Door County called A Cherry Pie Christmas. And the lead actress, Katie Leclerc, will be here tomorrow night at 6:35. We will talk to Katie about what it was like filming a holiday movie in Door County. And frankly, Christmas in Door County, could you do any better than that? I'm surprised they don't film most of the Christmas movies there. But Katie to the best of my knowledge, is not a Wisconsinite. So we'll talk to her a little bit about her experience in Door County and tell you when you can see A Cherry Pie Christmas. That will be dropping on streaming very soon. And then Craig Knitt will be here tomorrow night. He's a filmmaker from Northeast Wisconsin, right here in Green Bay. He's got a film at Waiwega. And then on Wednesday, comedian Rob Brackenridge will be here in the studio. Appleton-based comic, one of our favorites, always a blast. And Ezekiel Drews from the Milwaukee Independent Film Festival will be here on Wednesday as well. And then John and Gordy on Thursday and Friday. You will not be here Thursday and Friday. Is that correct?
I will not.
Okay.
No.
Very
Not that
good.
I'm aware of.
Hey, let's go to our Nightlight question of the night because it's important.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Take your time. Take your time. No rush. Do you need me to keep talking?
Yeah, I do, because Conrad moved the button.
Oh, no. That darn Conrad. Here, I'll just say it. We don't need any crazy lead-in music. We don't need the bells and whistles, Amanda. We've got enough content that means something. So
Okay.
let's just go right to the question.
All right.
It is Sesame Street's anniversary. The show dropped on this day. And what I want to know is, who is your favorite character, Muppet or human? They all count. It was a marriage of Muppets and humans on this make-believe block that I always wanted to live on. When I was a kid and I started watching Sesame Street and The Electric Company and The Awesome Mr. Rogers, I just loved Sesame Street. I wanted to live there. And when I got a little older and realized it was supposed to be kind of a makeshift New York street, I kind of wanted to move to New York. And I've been to New York and a few times, and it's not like Sesame Street. It's fun. Anyway, I loved Sesame Street. So my question is, who is your favorite character, Muppet or human? Have fun with this one, folks. 855-752-4842, 855-75-CIVIC, or you can text us. Can they text us on the stream?
Yes. Well, they can comment on the stream. They can text us via the app. If you download the Civic Media app and then select your station, you can join the discussion anytime you want.
Outstanding. And if you are watching the radio on Facebook,
YouTube.
None of them are working right now?
They are working.
Oh, they are. Good. Okay.
Your camera's not working.
My camera's not working. That's right.
No. So
And
I have a nice picture of your face up here right now. I
see
took the
that.
axolotl
It
down.
looks nothing like me.
You took it.
But give us a like or a follow if you're on social media, any of our platforms. And a big shout out again, as usual, Dan Marcus, our fearless leader here, working diligently with the tireless, heroic Chris Casper, who rolled into Green Bay to help us with this problem we've been having. So I'm sure they will figure it out. They always do. Problems. We always have a nice laundry list here for Casper when he comes up from Madtown. So all right. So let me know, folks. Would love to hear what you have to say about Sesame Street. And I want to take this opportunity to say this is exciting. I was on John and Gordy this morning, because WMDX is sponsoring a showing of The Godfather of Green Bay, a film I wrote and directed, and I also act in. It's going to be December 4th. Doors open at 6 at the Atwood Music Hall, brand new, beautiful facility in the Atwood neighborhood of Madison, a Godfather of Green Bay film screening. If you attend this screening, folks, some of the proceeds go to the Dane County, I almost said Historical Society. They don't go to the Dane County Historical Society. They go to the Humane Society. And the whole event is being sponsored by the Atwood Music Hall, WMDX, and Downdren's Distilling, a great company that makes great spirits. And so think about that, folks. If you're in the market for a road trip to Madison, December 4th at the Atwood Music Hall, I'll be there answering questions. We're going to show the film. It's kind of a fun film to watch with people. There's some big laughs in it. And if you can tolerate my acting, you might really enjoy yourself. So we're going to do all that. We're going to read your text when I come back, and I'm going to tell you about a great movie I saw over the weekend. That's all coming up next. Glad to have you here, folks. It's Monday night. This is Nightlight with Pete Schwaba.
Down, down, down. Come on! We get dressed up and we go out every fortnight. We come home early, burning, burning in some firefight. I'm sick and tired of you setting me up, yeah. Setting me up or just a knock.
97.9 WGBW and WGBW.FM.
This is a message for your dog. Pet Supplies Plus in Squamico has a brand new store featuring treats, balls, toys, and food. Go for a walk through the store and spoil yourself at the new grooming salon and expanded dog wash. And yes, they have supplies for other pets too, even cats.
With locations in Appleton and Oshkosh, Insight Eye Care has been serving the Fox Valley since 1972, offering comprehensive eye care services. Their doctors also share a special interest in treating chronic dry eye disease, providing specialty contact lenses, and expert pediatric eye care. Find Insight Eye Care on North Sawyer Street in Oshkosh and Chain Drive in Appleton. Improving lives by improving sight with quality eye care for everyone in your family. Insight Eye Care. Visit wiinsight.com to schedule your eye exam today.
Are you ever questioning when life will slow down? Are you ever thinking of just relaxing and enjoying the simple things? All of this is possible, even while still being in the workforce. Worthington, Minnesota is a town growing, yet it's nothing like metro life. Professional and labor jobs, a beautiful lake, bike trails, recreation, acres of public hunting, festivals, and great people. Slow down. We're just a short drive away, so come join us. Worthington, it's worth a look.
Looking for an opportunity to help your community? Well, here's a food drive alert. It's Amanda with another new Wisco 411. Here to let you know that Thursday, November 13th, from 3 p.m. till 8 p.m., you can head to Funset Boulevard in Appleton for their annual food drive. Bring in 5 non-perishable food items and receive a $10 fun card to use on the games. It's one day only, so check it out. Head to WGBW.FM and click events.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Get up home. I wanna drive them home.
Welcome back. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nightlight. Great to have you with me, folks. It's a Monday, and we are back at it talking about really fun stuff that help us forget the problems in life, even though we're dealing with a couple problems of our own here tonight. You know, the camera is not working, so if you are watching on the stream, you can't see me, but the guests will be there. It's going to be fine. It does hurt a little bit because I'm having an outstanding hair day, but
It's always on
what are you
those
gonna do?
days.
I know. I had a virtual rat's nest last week, and the thing was working perfectly. So our question of the night is, who's your favorite Sesame Street character, human or Muppet? You can go either way. This is the anniversary of Sesame Street. I want to say it's like 55, but it's been around forever. And let us know, favorite Sesame Street character. That is tonight's question of the night. Mike Schmidt will be here at 6:35. He's the host of the 40-Year-Old Boy podcast and a very, very funny stand-up comedian. And Daniel Wheeler and Jason Buss, the creative forces behind the film The Voice in the Vessel, which plays at the Waiwega Film Festival this week, will be here at 7:20. Fun guests, great question. Be part of the show. Do not waste any more time, folks.
56th.
What is it? 56.
It's their 56th.
Oh, I was close. I was doing that from memory. I was kind of raised on Sesame Street. It was weird. You know, did you know that was considered very subversive at the time when it came out?
I did, actually.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I find that insane.
Well, I mean, when you're looking back and you're like, oh, churches banned this movie or this TV show or this book, and you're like, why? Like, nothing happened
Yeah.
in it.
It's just, but whatever, you know, okay.
Elvis is dancing.
I saw a movie this weekend that was not my typical movie. Predator Badlands. It was good. Got like 85% critics reviews, a fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes. 95% of audiences like it. And here's the crazy thing, Amanda. The Predator doesn't speak English, obviously. He doesn't speak human. He has his own crazy language. So that was subtitled. Then Elle Fanning plays a robot. So there are really no humans in the movie. And then they pick up a side character from this planet he goes to kill the leader to prove his worth to his father. So it's got all these like kind of Joseph Campbell themes going on, but it was good. It was a nice. Once you got past the fact that there are no human beings in the film,
So it's just aliens versus robots.
yeah, pretty much. But these two team up, and then there's a guy from that planet who joins them too, a young. Anyway, there's a couple twists, a nice message. I really did like it, and here's what and you tell me what you think of this because you have a 6-year-old. The PG-13 rating. There are heads getting lopped off. I mean, I know they're robots, but the robots are being played by human beings. It's very violent. It irritates me that people flip out over boobs or swearing or a butt or whatever, but this is okay. It's crazy.
Honestly, it's funny you brought that up. So I turned on a movie. It was, it's got Johnny Depp in it. I want to say it's called Dark Shadow. I've never seen it.
Okay.
So I turned it on because it said it had a PG-13 rating. And I'm like, okay, my 6-year-old's seen movies like that. It shouldn't be that bad.
Right.
And then it started getting a little bit too bad for him. And I'm like, okay, we're just going to turn this off. I don't know how some of this is PG-13 anymore.
It's insane. It's terrible.
It makes me wonder, like, are they just slowly changing the rating systems? Like,
I think the money influences it too, though, because the PG-13 rating was created basically by Steven Spielberg. Because was it the Raiders of the Lost Ark movies were kind of violent, even though they were fun. And so they made this kind of in between to keep Steven Spielberg happy. As I understand it, might have been a different movie of his, but I know he was very influential. But yeah, I don't get it. And in the movie I was just talking about that I made, The Godfather of Green Bay, which you can see December 4th in Madison. Tickets are only $10. Amanda, are you looking for a road trip with your fella and your little one? Think about it.
I'll think about
$10.
I'll think about it.
There was some drug use, weed in the movie, a few people hitting a joint. The only person topless in the movie is me, God forbid. And there's some swearing. And we got an R rating. But then I'm watching Alien.
But did you have to make changes in order to, like, get to the R rating? Because there's been so many directors who, like, they present that final cut of their movie and then it's an NC-17 and you're like, no, you want that R rating. We have to make some changes.
We didn't have to really do any of that. No, we didn't. It was pretty tame. I mean, it's just a comedy that there's like kind of one romance scene in the film between my character and Lauren Holly's character. That's about it. There's not really any nudity. There's no violence, I guess. There's a couple gunshots, but it's pretty tame, especially by modern standards. So anyway, what are you going to do? But check out Predator Badlands. I thought it was pretty good. And let's go to our. Do you see this text comment from? Is it Tim? No. I just saw the name. Can you see the text on the stream?
Yes. That was because the sound was off before.
But we have sound
It's
now.
been fixed.
Okay.
Yes.
So what is that emoji? I can't even see this.
It's a
the
monkey
tiniest...
holding his ears.
Oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Little monkey.
Very well done. I'm a good lay. All right, and then we've got some social media responses too to our question here. Let's get to I say Ernie and Bert, my favorite Sesame Street characters, and Mr. Hooper, who was originally on the show. He passed away probably not that long
He ran the
after.
store.
He ran the store with David. David was his apprentice, who I think took over the store after Mr. Hooper passed away. And then David and Maria got together, both very likable human characters. But I say Ernie and Bert, and I think Bert is funnier because he's always tormented by Ernie, and he's kind of a sad sack.
I mean, that's the joke.
It's the joke, yeah.
Just
like
to annoy,
the odd
just to
couple.
annoy him.
Yeah. So I don't know. Do you have a favorite Sesame Street?
I always
character?
loved Murray, and
Who is that?
I don't believe they actually use Murray anymore, which makes me sad. But I want to say like at least 15 years ago, Murray used to do like Murray on the streets, and he'd like run up and like start asking kids questions, asking random characters questions, and I don't know. I always liked him.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
And Wormy and Oscar.
All great characters. Let us know who your favorite Sesame Street character is, Muppet or human. That's the question of the night. Mike Schmidt is going to be here right after the news, folks. We're going to hit on the Brady Bunch, the Kardashians, Tarantino, everything with Mike. It's Pete Schwaba and Nightlight. Great to have you with me on the Civic Media Radio Network.
From Denmark to De Pere, this is 97.9 WGBW.
ABC News, I'm Michelle Franzen. Senate lawmakers scheduled to take a final vote tonight on a temporary funding bill to reopen the government. It comes after Republicans gained support from enough Democrats on a stopgap measure. ABC's Stephen Portnoy.
A lot still has to happen before the shutdown ends. The Senate has to take several more votes to insert new language in a House-passed bill to restore funding to agencies through the end of January. That new language would also require the reversal of any layoffs conducted by the administration through the shutdown. Once that bill passes the Senate, the House would have to come back to D.C. to vote on it to send it to the president's desk. His signature would end the shutdown.
The shutdown continues to impact flights. More than 2,000 cancellations just today over safety concerns, with air traffic controllers on the job without pay. An Arctic blast bearing down on much of the Midwest and parts of the South. It's bringing the first snow of the season to some states and a freeze alert that dips as far south as Florida and Louisiana. This is ABC News.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Tonight, mostly cloudy and cold with a few flurries and a low in the low 20s. Sunshine returns for tomorrow and warmer. Highs in the low 40s and breezy. Dry weather is expected through the rest of the week as temperatures continue to warm up. Right now, it's 33.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer. If it's happened to you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help at every step of the journey. Visit cancer.org today.
Take a moment to thank the veterans in your life this Veterans Day. A simple thank you for your service will go a long way. This message from your local Civic Media radio station.
The Elder Care Locator is here to help you live your best life as you age at home. Our call center advisors are ready to connect you with trustworthy local experts. Help is just a phone call away at 1-800-677-1116.
Hello. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nightlight. Great to have you with me, folks. It is a Monday night as we broadcast statewide from beautiful downtown Green Bay on a pretty chilly night. Would you say this is the coldest night we've had so far, Amanda?
Oh, yeah. I actually had to pull out my jacket.
Yeah.
Which made me really sad because I love to play that game of how long can I go? But, I mean, I've lost 90 pounds and I am so cold. So cold all the time.
That's a good thing, though, right? It's
Yeah.
good to be cold every once in a while. I'm the same way. This fall has been way too gorgeous, and I knew it was going to end at some point. Our question of the night is, who is your favorite Sesame Street character, human or Muppet? They celebrate their 56th year since the show dropped. Trig on social media says Kermit. Our civic media pal Don Brown says Ernie. Scott Tom. You know Scott Tom? We had Jimmy Pardo on recently. Scott is like the biggest Jimmy Pardo fan. But he says, am I a man or am I a Muppet? If a man, that makes me a Muppet of a man, also Ernie. That's so inside, I don't even get that. But well done, Scott. Alan says, Zoot, he's so chill. See, I stopped watching Sesame Street when I was like 35. So some of these characters I haven't even heard of. Eric Rathsack, our pal from Ask Your Mother, says, Bert and Ernie, mostly Ernie harassing Bert. See, I said Bert and Ernie too, Eric, but I think Bert is funnier. I love the sad sack element to Bert's character.
Zoot is apparently a saxophonist.
Okay.
Little Muppet dude.
I don't really like Zoot. I think he needs a beating. All right, we are going to move on here. I'm going to welcome my first guest. I love when this guy is on the show. He's one of my very good friends, and we met years and years ago doing stand-up comedy, and he stuck with it and is immensely talented, and he is also the host of the 40-Year-Old Boy podcast, one of the best ones out there. He joins us now over the stream, Mr. Mike Schmidt. Hey, buddy.
Pete, how are you, friend?
I'm good. You can't see me tonight for reasons unknown. We're working on it, but I can see you, and you look good, buddy.
Oh, I'm just out the shower, so I get a little, my lettuce is a little askew. I apologize for that. Who we got? Amanda? Is that our producing
Amanda
tonight?
is here tonight,
Hello.
filling
Amanda,
in for the...
you lost 90 pounds. Congratulations. That's huge.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I
used
miss
to be-
bread.
Bread is so good, isn't it? Bread is amazing. Sadly, you know what I found? I used to date a woman who, she worked in a bakery, and the baker dude made cheese bread. You know what cheese bread is?
Oh,
it's like bread that baked with like a fist of cheese in the center of it, dude. And it is, I no butter, no nothing. I ate that like chips. I'm eating pieces of bread watching TV like a monster. It was crazy. So bread, bread is the best.
No question about that. It's good to see you, buddy.
It's good to see you. How is there no Cookie Monster voted in on the Muppet thing? I mean, he's clearly the champion of all Muppets.
Dude,
we got one in
I'm
our text.
Seriously behind on text. There's got to be. I've literally read 5 texts so far, so I guarantee there's Cookie Monster, probably as well as Elmo. Do you have a favorite, Mike?
Cookie Monster. I stared at him
Cookie
like he was
Monster,
Jesus when I was growing up. Forget it. He was the greatest.
I wish I was a Muppet.
Oh, dude, you ever see the clip of when Kermit's talking to the little girl and she's doing the alphabet and she keeps saying Cookie Monster and making him mad?
No, I don't.
Oh, dude, Amanda, have you seen it?
It's striking a memory.
It goes viral every like periodically, and it's literally Kermit sitting with a little girl. She's probably like 3, and he goes ABC. I can't do Kermit, and then she's like, she jumps in and he goes ABC to E F G H I, and she goes Cookie Monster, and she just starts laughing this 3-year-old girl laugh. You'll cry. You'll curl up in a ball and cry because she's the greatest. You want to get a time machine and build it and go kill Hitler, but first you'll stop wherever she is and hug her because she's so gorgeous at 3 years old. You just want to be like, I want your life to be perfect. And they do the whole, and Kermit keeps pretending like he's mad. Yeah, Cookie Monster's not a letter of the alphabet. Whatever. It's so great, dude. Find it.
Have you seen the when Bert does doing the pigeon? Remember that
no,
one?
I do not.
Oh God, that's one of the few times you can see Bert's legs. And they're pulling the marionette things, and he does kind of this funky thing. I'm acting it out like I'm on camera, and I'm not. But we had Rich Brown was over once, and I was showing the clip to my son, and Rich started doing the pigeon. It's just a great memory, Mike. But Google Bert doing the pigeon, and you will laugh hysterically. It's just outstanding.
I once, on stage, I would tag a joke. I forget. I don't remember the joke. I just remember the tag. I said I walked out of there like a Muppet. And I would do that on stage, and every time, like, people will go crazy. It was so dumb. I probably get the biggest laugh of my act, the dumbest thing I ever said.
That's kind of like a mic drop without having to drop the mic. You just Muppet it off.
because they would always.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so dumb. Then but they can't see me either, can they?
No, they can see Mike, right, Amanda?
Oh.
Yeah, that's perfect. You're
Christ.
crushing it, man.
All right, sorry everybody.
That's great stuff. Hey, I'm going to pivot here because you brought up something we have never gotten to before, and I'm fascinated by, back when we all started doing stand-up or in the entertainment business, there were a variety of day jobs. You were a bouncer, and I personally, that doesn't surprise me. You're kind of an intimidating guy.
Oh, lies.
You probably don't know this. I was a bouncer for 6 months, Mike, when I was 20.
No,
not
dude,
even
that's
old enough,
amazing.
on Rush Street at the Ginger Man, Division Street more specifically. And I thought I was a tough guy, and I did it for about 6 months, and then I wanted to go on vacation, so I just quit. I wasn't really committed.
Did you give it 2 week, or did you just go, I'm leaving in the middle of a brawl?
No. That would have been a good time to leave. But the worst I ever got was an elbow to the face when we were trying to take a guy who was doing cocaine out of the bathroom. And so I didn't really see any terrible action. But what it was I was home. I think I was dating a girl at the time for spring break. I was like a junior in college, and I just didn't feel like going back to Chicago at that time. So I called and quit over the phone. And they said, you can never work here again. I said, well, I'm quitting. But anyway.
But I love that thread.
You've done it. You're great at this, and you must have stories because you did it a lot longer than I am. You're probably a 10 times better bouncer than I am, I'm sure.
Well, I don't think I misheard. Did you say you were 20 working at the Ginger Man?
I was.
It seems like a violation of some laws.
You know what? The guy, his name was Dave, and he was a great guy. And he said, here was my interview. Can you take care of yourself? I said, yeah. I grew a beard too, Mike, so I looked older. I said, yeah. He never even asked me to see my ID.
Really?
And here, let me just...
That's like the first step of the job.
Right. That's his job. That's the job you're trying to get.
He didn't card me. Exactly. And this guy, after I quit a year later, I thought he's not going to like me either. I had some of my friends down visiting in Chicago, and we went to a place called, do you remember a bar called T-Birds or Thunderbirds?
I do.
It was owned by, I think it was the Hunt Club. I think Gary Fensick owned it before that. But anyway, so he's bouncing there. I walk up with 3 friends. He goes, hey! He's like happy to see me, takes us Goodfella style back through the kitchen so we don't have to wait in line for like an hour to get into this club. And my friends looked at me like I was God, and it lasted about 2 days. And that was
that's, you know what, a 2-day run is good when
I'll take it.
Get that. Absolutely, right? That's amazing.
Absolutely. My guest is Mike Schmidt. He is the host of the 40-Year-Old Boy podcast. Check it out, folks. Very funny. He's a very talented stand-up comic, and his day job was as a bouncer. How did that go, Mike? What was that like? When did you start?
I don't know if day job's appropriate. We'll say that. Except when the first one I ever had was in Nevada because I used to live in Tahoe, and I got a job at a nightclub and it was a 24-hour deal. We closed at 6 a.m. You know what I mean? And then we'd all go over the goalpost and eat bar food or whatever and play Pop a Shot. But when I got that job, that was the first time, because that was just a goofy job. I was literally, I checked things at the door. There wasn't any real problems, but I did get to tune a guy up, and I wasn't even, it just sort of happened, but, and it was so, now that I think about it, I should have gone to 4 jails. I mean, it's so bad, but I'm in the DJ booth, right? I'm up at the top of the ramp. There's steps down to the dance floor around the DJ booth, but the men's room is right there in a straight line from the DJ booth. So I'm up in the DJ booth with a buddy of mine, and I just hear fight, fight, fight. And I see a big scramble in the men's room, and I just see 2 dudes hitting one guy. And so I don't know, I'm dude. And at the time I'm 6'2", and at the time I'm probably 240, 6'4". So I'm still at my peak 40-yard dash speed. And I'm running downhill. So I go sprinting toward the bathroom, and I don't stop and go, hey there, fellas, enough with the Roughnecks. I went into them like a bowling ball into pins. I just ran through them like they were tackle dummies, and through the bathroom door, I obliterated all 3. I didn't care who was fighting. It was just 3 dudes. I was trying to stop it. I crushed them all, dude. And I'll never forget the feeling because it was awesome. It was really, because I laid them out. You turn around and they're just, cuckoo birds and asterisks flying around their heads. Yeah. It was great. And then everybody looked, because again, I was just kind of the nice guy. I was fun. I was a nice dude. People liked me. Yeah. They knew what I was there for. And then when they saw that, it was that thing where then everybody gets that, oh yeah, let's not do anything bad around Mike, like that kind of thing. And you don't want to be that guy. Nobody should want to be that guy. But there is that sliver of you that it's like, yeah, I'm dangerous. Don't do anything bad around me. So that was the first time I got a taste of absolutely
You were like
hurting
a
somebody.
first responder. When other guys are running out of the men's room, you're running into the men's room.
Well, it's funny that you admit, yeah, absolutely. When I bounced, I wound up getting a job when I came to California, I had to find a gig here. This is in the late 90s. And the first place I went and interviewed at the at the Body Shop on Sunset. You know where it is, right?
I know of it. Yeah.
Strip club. Yeah. And so I walked in, and I mean, I'd been a bouncer, like security bouncer and stuff. And, like if you go to a concert, you see those guys in the yellow windbreakers. I used to be one of those guys. Like
nice.
I worked I worked a Slayer concert in like the early 90s. And the night before, the fans had destroyed the San Diego sports arena because they had seats, and Slayer's a pit. The whole arena becomes a pit. So I went to go work the Slayer show in LA, and they lined us up military style, which they never did. Cause this is again, we're making $7.75 an hour.
Wow.
So, but they lined us up in rows, and the dude who ran it, like walked around like Patton giving a speech about how San Diego fell. And that was not going to be the case here in Los Angeles. And I thought it was funny. I'm just like, all right, well, this is a bunch of people just trying to stay off snap. You know what I mean? We're not, and a bunch of USC football players who just want to hurt people. Like that was the whole crew.
Wow.
So we go out to the arena in LA that was at the Los Angeles Sports Arena, and there's seats. And but this was their one change that they thought was going to save the day. They zip tied the seats together on the main floor. At the legs, they zip tied them all the way down. So I walked out and I just laughed because I was on the main floor, which meant I was in the pit. And they told us, they said, listen, you see anybody with a wristband with spikes, anybody who does anything, starts to mosh, you throw them out of the building. I said, and I even went to my guy, then you're going to throw 8,000 people out of this building. And he goes, look, man, I'm just telling you, it's not going to be like San Diego. Like he had deluded himself into thinking they could stop it. So I'm on the floor, but this is before the show. Lights are on, and Kerry King, who's the guitarist for Slayer, comes out on the floor. And I'm not going to pass up the opportunity. And so I go up to him and I'm like, hey man, big fan. And I talk music a little bit. And he looks around and he goes, chairs. I go, dude, you wouldn't believe this. I go, they told us no moshing. And he just started laughing and he goes, good luck. And he went up on, he went backstage, and then Testament was the opening band. So I'm telling you, the place fills up. And then when Testament's going to go on, you start to hear this kind of ominous like hum from the speak, and then the lights go down and the entire building turns into Da Nang at midnight because you just see shadows in your periphery moving because people are coming down from the bowl to the pit.
Oh man.
They're ignoring their tickets and their seats. They all want to be in the pit on the main floor. So they just come running, and Mike, I look at some security.
Let me pause you right there. You know how we do this here. We get these hard breaks. Mike is in the middle of a story, and I hate to cut him off, but we're coming back after a short break to hear the rest of the pit story. It's Pete Schwaba and Nite Lite with Mike Schmidt. Appleton Cigar Company on College Avenue has been serving the community for over 25 years. If you are a cigar aficionado looking for a one-of-a-kind experience, you need to check out Appleton Cigar, which boasts the largest selection of cigars north of Milwaukee with over 706 cigars to choose from in a walk-in humidor. The Cigar Lounge offers an impressive variety of spirits and cocktails that pair perfectly with a premium cigar. For the full experience, come to Appleton Cigar at 415 College Ave, Monday through Saturday, 11:30 a.m. to 10:30 p.m. For more information, go to appletoncigar.com.
Woodrow Wilson once said, "Never before have men crossed the seas to a foreign land to fight for a cause which they did not pretend was peculiarly their own, but knew was the cause of humanity and of mankind." This Veterans Day tribute made possible by Hubbard Electric. Hubbard Electric in Manitowoc is the area's top choice for electrical contractors because they're focused on quality and value. Call today, 920-686-1180. 920-686-1180.
It's the Eco Minute, powered by Clean Wisconsin, your environmental voice since 1970. I'm Amy Barrio. Water use from AI data centers in Wisconsin could be far higher than tech companies claim. That's according to a new analysis from Clean Wisconsin. Turns out all that energy AI data centers need has a big impact on water use in our state. When water use at power plants is accounted for, one AI data center could use more water than a major Wisconsin city. That's even if water recycling technology is used at the data center site itself. The EPA is backing off plans to kill the popular Energy Star program. The initiative that helps consumers find energy-efficient appliances and home upgrades saves Americans about $40 billion each year in energy costs. Earlier this year, the Trump administration announced it would eliminate Energy Star, but now says it has not made a final decision. For a deep dive into Wisconsin's most pressing environmental issues, check out my Defender podcast at cleanwisconsin.org or wherever you get your podcasts.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard, aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Get up home, I wanna drive them home. When you're feeling blue.
Welcome back. This is Nite Lite. I am Pete Schwaba. Great to have you with me. Nick from Marshall, he's in the 608, says, "Hey, Pete, how's it going? My favorite Sesame Street character is Cookie Monster." Mike will be very happy. And he says, and I can do a pretty good impersonation of him that would really make my niece and nephew laugh. Thank you, Nick. Good to hear from you, buddy. Mike Schmidt is my guest. He is a very funny stand-up comedian and the host of the 40-Year-Old Boy podcast. And we're talking about his days as a bouncer working a Slayer concert at the LA Sports Arena. Or is it it's the Sports Arena, right, Mike?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's gone now. They tore it down.
That was where I saw Springsteen. He used to call it the Dump the Jumps or something like that. He loved that place. It was great.
It was
so
great.
Please continue your story. The people were coming down out of the seats to where you're bouncing in the pit.
Well, you could just hear this. I mean, again, it was just this silence with shadows moving, and then Testament kicks in and they're railing and the pit just starts. And as the pit starts, I'm looking at other security dudes who have no idea. They look at me like, what is going on? And I'd been to shows. I'm not that guy, but I'd been to Slayer shows. So I knew it was going to happen. And then all of a sudden, like above the crowd, you just see an entire row of seats get pushed up on top and they launch it. They just throw it.
Whoa.
And they start tearing the seats apart, stomping them into the ground. Because again, if they can't get the zip ties down, they just jumped on them until they became flat. Whoa. And because the whole edict from Patton was like, grab anybody with a wristband, I would grab dudes. I'd just throw them in a half Nelson and run them to the edge of to the exit on the side of the stage, and just you'd hand them off. We had guys just throwing dudes out, and then they would tell them, just go around to the front, they'll let you back in. Because Slayer security didn't want anybody ejected, because this is what the people wear. This is the way the show is supposed to be. So then when Slayer hit, forget it. Slayer security comes down with us, and the dude comes up to me and he's like, no more throwing anybody out. I said, great. But unfortunately, the USC football players, they loved the idea of a pit. So they just waited in swinging, like they were just hitting people, dudes, and they would get swallowed up. And I got swallowed up trying to, I'm trying to break stuff up, but also stop people down and pull out my guys. At the end of the show, I mean, again, I'm wearing a nylon windbreaker. It was in tatters. It looked like I was wearing birthday streamers.
I can speak from experience. You get sucked into a mosh pit, you got to fight your way out.
Yeah, yeah. And there's good mosh. Like there was a dude, like I was working at the House of Blues once, and there was a big dude, and he would, the mosh is going counterclockwise. Well, he's at 6 o'clock, and he would run through the mosh and smash people. He was a big dude. So I saw him and I'm like, all right, I'm going to get this guy. Even though I'm security, what I'm supposed to do is tell him to stop. But I was like, I don't care. So I'm waiting for him and I'm waiting. And he was a big doofy Bob's Big Boy looking dude too, like with the quaff and the whole bit. But he was like 6'5" probably and heavy. And at this time I'm bigger now. Like I'm probably like $4 bills when this happens.
Whoa, nice.
Yeah, yeah. And so I'm waiting. I'm just lurking like Kirby in a video game, just like floating in the periphery. Can't wait. And sure enough, he takes off to the middle of the pit, and I sprint as fast as a 400-pound dude can, and I blast this guy. Straight, like literally glory days of Tahoe in my brain. It was the same method, and I crush him. I crushed him so much that the pit is still going, but people yell, "Yeah!" like they were so happy. And then I lifted him up, and me and 3 other dudes dragged him out. But it was like, don't be a jerk in the pit. Amanda knows.
Amanda doesn't.
I've been in many a mosh pit.
But $7.50 an hour, Mike. At what point you obviously it could have paid you $3 an hour. It sounds like you would have loved it. But what at what point did you ever get close to something where you're like, well, that's too much. I'm not.
Well, I tell you this, at the House of Blues, we had a bunch of guys, and the guy who ran the bouncers at that time was a guy named Lewis, and he had been an assistant deputy in Atlanta. But then he took a security job with the organization that owned the House of Blues. So we had a racially mixed group of bouncers.
Yeah.
And when anything would happen, we had a guy named Big James was the club float. He was 6'8", probably 300 pounds. And he would just walk around. And if anything happened, he was there and he would help. Okay. Well, as you can hear, I was nice to people. I was a good, I hate to say this. I was the nice bouncer. I made people laugh in line, checking their IDs. I was cool.
Yeah.
But if something happened. Once I was working in the pit for Sepultura, for Maná, a band named Maná. And Maná, they're a Hispanic rock band. And they threw a Mexican flag into the crowd, and a woman caught it. And then she got sworn by like 4 dudes. And I leaned over the barricade and I'm trying to get the flag for her, and I'm grabbing it, and these guys are tugging it and I'm grabbing it. And finally I'm like, let go of the flag, let go of the flag, let go of the. And then I grabbed this dude by the hair and I pulled his head back and I'm right in his face. And I go, let go of the effing flag. And he let go of it. And I took it and I handed it to the girl. So the rest of the show happens, and we go backstage for like the big, the discussion of what happened. And Big James comes in, he's off to the side, we're all there, and he just comes in and he goes, 454. And he walks and he comes walking through and he grabs me and he puts his hand on my shoulder. He goes, 454, big block engine, doesn't stop running, ain't no joke. And so then all of everybody started calling me 454 because they knew it was a pretty good nickname when you were bouncing. Because I worked with, I don't want to say, there was another comedian there, like a, white dude, and he wouldn't get involved in any fights. He would just like call for help, but I would just leap in like an idiot. So I got to be friends with a lot of it was, like I said, a lot of the black dudes. They knew they could count on me, because there's a strange feeling sometimes where, you can't, or you can count on people, but they knew they could count on me if anything happened. And I got stiffed once so bad. This is,
hey, Mike, can we pause there? Can we start with that story after the news? All right. That's awesome. Mike Schmidt is here talking bouncing. If we have time, I'm happy staying with bouncing, but we could talk Kardashians, Mike, or the Brady Bunch, but let's stick with bouncing after the news. Tony the trucker says, Pete, I've been told I'm an animal, so I'll go with animal, because I've only been told when I was younger I was quite wild, but in a good way. If there is such a thing, there is, Tony, and I think you just described that. JB on the stream is digging Mike's stories, and he yells Slayer with a bunch of exclamation points, and he knows who Kerry King is. He was in the music business, Mike. JB says, great group of guys. We're coming right back. It's Nightlight with Pete Schwaba. Act 2's up next.
If it happens in Wisconsin, you'll hear about
local news and timeless hits. WGBW, Denmark, Green Bay.
ABC News, I'm Stephanie Officer. The Senate tonight kicking off a night of votes, including a key test for the bipartisan effort to end the government shutdown. The preliminary agreement has Republicans agree to a vote later on to take up the ACA health care credits Democrats have been pushing for. Senator Bernie Sanders.
Let us not pave the way for 15 million Americans to lose their health care entirely because of savage cuts to Medicaid.
A vehicle transporting passengers at a D.C. area airport hit a dock at the building this afternoon, sending 18 people to the hospital. Officials say a mobile lounge, which takes passengers between the terminal and aircraft, struck the dock at an angle around 4:30 at Washington Dulles International Airport. The passengers who were hurt have non-life-threatening injuries and were taken to the hospital by the fire department. This is ABC News. Millions of Americans have already begun holiday shopping with concerns over the government shutdown and special deals from Amazon Prime Day, luring in a number of early birds, according to lead insights analyst from Adobe Analytics, Vivek Pandya.
In October, it is holiday spending because some of those deals are kicking off. We had the Prime event. You also see category growth in the perennial favorites for holidays, so outerwear, video games, headphones, and speakers.
Adobe also reports a 1,200% increase in the use of shopping with generative AI. In Michigan, mourners at church services and memorials paying tribute to one of the country's modern maritime disasters in the Great Lakes. 50 years ago today, the Edmund Fitzgerald cargo ship sank in Lake Superior following a surprise storm that killed 29 sailors. A sinking Detroit Historical Society curator Joel Stone says it has gained a history all its own.
It's become part of the Great Lakes culture, a tragedy that we'd probably put in the same category as the Titanic.
Stephanie Officer, ABC News.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Veterans are our friends, family, and neighbors. This Veterans Day, honor their service and sacrifice. We thank you, veterans. This is a message from your local civic media radio station.
Being blind doesn't look how others may think. Retinitis pigmentosa aimed to overwhelm my family.
It tried to cut me down. I know where to find support.
Learn more at fightingblindness.org, a public service message from the Foundation Fighting Blindness.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Tonight, mostly cloudy and cold with a few flurries and a low in the low 20s. Sunshine returns for tomorrow and warmer. Highs in the low 40s and breezy. Dry weather is expected through the rest of the week as temperatures continue to warm up. Right now, it's 33.
I was stuck in a state of panic and endless rituals. So I made the call.
Mental health care works when you make the call. Visit mentalhealthcareworks.org. A message from the American Psychiatric Association Foundation.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Freedom isn't free. It's protected by the dedication of our veterans. Let's proudly salute all who've worn the uniform this Veterans Day. Thank you for your service. This message from your local civic media radio station.
We are the National Park Foundation, and together with you, we're creating a future where every person, every generation, gets their chance at an unforgettable moment. Learn more at nationalparks.org/foundation.
From Ashwaubenon to Alloway, this is 97.9 WGBW. Broadcasting live from the Civic Media Studios in Green Bay, this is Nite with Pete Schwaba, your inside source on everything entertainment from Wisconsin to Hollywood. And now, a guy who still likes to build a fort, Pete Schwaba.
Welcome back. Kicking off Act 2 here on a Monday night. Great to have you with me, folks. Great show here tonight. My current guest is Mike Schmidt. We will be back to Mike in just a moment. Coming up at 7:20, Danny Wheels and Jason Buss will be here. They are the creative force behind The Voice in the Vessel, a film you can check out this week at the Waiwiga International Film Festival, which starts on Wednesday. They'll be here to talk about their film. Our question of the night is, who is your favorite Sesame Street character, Muppet or human? Have fun with it. Jack from Merrimack in the 414 says, Kermit, of course. And then he has a subtext, or he has a, let's call it a PS, if you will. He says, I still use Pandora. There are now quite a few ads, but it's still really good. By the way, I do both Being Green and Rainbow Connection in my show. Jack from Merrimack. Thank you, buddy. Good to hear from you again, Jack. And Tony the Trucker. This is in regard to my conversation with my current guest, Mike Schmidt, says, Pete, I was also a bouncer, and your guest and I would have been great together. In all caps, tag team. I think that's exactly what Mike wanted to hear. Let's bring back in Mr. Mike Schmidt. He is the host of the 40-Year-Old Boy podcast. And Amanda, you can just say it.
Yes, okay. Also, don't forget, Pete's camera is broken right now.
Oh, that's,
you
I probably
can't
should have
see
said.
him. You can hear him.
I'm having a great hair night. It really sucks. I'm not going to
I can
lie.
take a picture and put it up if you want.
We also talked about the Godfather of Green Bay screening, Madison, December 4th, at the brand new, beautiful Atwood Music Hall. And that will be a charity event, too, for the Dane County Humane Society. More details on that to come later this hour as well. But right now, our pal Mike Schmidt, check out the 40-Year-Old Boy podcast. Very funny. Mike is also a really talented stand-up comic and a great guest on this show. I love having him here. We were talking bouncing, Mike. You've got way too many bouncing stories. It's
Well,
awesome.
I mean, again, it's the kind of occupation that lends itself to things you'll remember. You know what I mean? Office stories are like, I was at the water cooler and this guy was a jerk. You can tell that story 1,000 times.
So I wailed on him.
Yeah. You got an elbow in the chops. I mean, look at that. You worked there a minute and you got an elbow in the mouth. Perfect.
I was at the Ginger Man for a cup of coffee.
Done. And a cup of coffee, side of elbow. Perfect. By the way, I got to throw out the Count and Oscar the Grouch, who are not getting enough support. So people, get on your phone.
Count.
The Count is amazing.
He is outstanding.
Love
He's
him.
like the Mo from The Simpsons of Sesame Street, kind of the edgy.
I thought you went Mo from the Three Stooges, and I'm like, who is he mean to? I don't remember him being mean to anybody.
I don't know. The monocle gives him an air of mystery.
Oh, there you go. I see it. So I mean, I worked at a bunch of different places, man. Like I worked the first job, like when I first moved here, I got a job at the Troubadour, which is, which is a famous club and all that. The same deal. And again, $7.75 an hour. But I was there, like I saw Creed there before they became Creed, like all these bands. But I showed up one Friday because I never knew who was there. Like you just showed up for work. Cause again, you're just punching the clock and whatever. So I show up and the guy who ran the place is like, all right, you're on the stage tonight. Now the Troubadour stage was maybe 2 feet off the ground, 2 or 3.
Nice.
It was low. Okay. So I'm reiterating, it was low, Pete. And because 2 seems low. I mean, it was probably 4 feet, whatever. But it was, I'm going to say it was 5 feet. It was probably 5 feet off this. What if I did that all night?
All right, 15 feet.
It was so huge. It was the Enormodome. So I show up. He's like, "Hey man, I need you on the stage tonight. You'll be stage right." I said, "Okay, well, what's on the stage?" He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Either on or just like right in front, but right now it's light, so be on." And he goes, "It's punk night." And I said, "Okay." And so I went over there, and there was like 6 bands. Now we used to have rock and Espanol nights, and those were rough when you were bouncing, because it would be these really kind of thrash Hispanic bands, and they would sing in Spanish, and you get a big, Hispanic Latino crowd. And in the pit, they would wrap their belts around their hands. And as they came by you by the stage, they'd whip the buckle at you and try to hit you when you were guarding the stage.
Oh my gosh.
Because as you know, if you go to a concert, security, you might as well be the cops. You know what I mean? People, they want, they hate you.
Right.
So I go to punk night, I get up on the stage, and the first band comes out, and they're, they look like the Damned, they're just like just singing. And the crowd comes up, and there's probably only like 50 people in the room at this point, 45, there's 40, whatever. So they all come over
5 feet off the ground.
And they start spitting at the band.
Oh my gosh.
And I, and I figured, like, I knew, the Sex Pistols, all those, like, it was called gobbing. It was a thing from the 70s.
Gross.
But this is 1998. That's 28 years late for your spitting deal, pal.
Biological warfare.
It's actually a battery, quite frankly, which I found out as a bouncer.
Right.
I'll tell you that story later. But they start spitting at the guy, and because I expect the band to like just shut down and leave. Like, all right, enough, we're done with this. But no, the dude goes into like the crucifix Christ pose and leans forward into it, and they're gobbing like all over it, like him in his face.
Oh my gosh.
And I walked off the stage around the crowd, and I walked to the front door where my boss was. I go, "They're spitting on the band." And he goes, "Oh yeah, they're probably going to do that. It's like a thing that they do." And I go, "Yeah, I'm not working the stage." And he goes, "Well, I need you up there. You got to be up there. You're a big guy." And I go, "Listen to me. I'm telling you, if I'm not spitting, nobody's spitting on me." He goes, "Just go up on the stage." I go, "All right, I'll tell you what, I'll work the stage. But if anybody spits on me, I am going into the crowd and I am going to hit people until I die." He goes, "What?" And I go, "Either they will die, I will die. I will be a nonstop punching machine until I collapse and waste away." And I'm just staring him in his face, and he just goes, "All right, we'll have you up front here." And I'm like, "Yeah, you're damn right, you'll have me up here." It was because, man, no way. But I stared him
That's
down.
where you draw the line. That's very unswayze-esque of you, Mike. If this were Roadhouse, be nice, get spit on. Yeah.
Oh no, it's not. Absolutely not.
Hilarious.
Yeah, and I mean, I've had, spitting. It's battery. I mean, it's just literally you can send somebody to jail because it's happened at other gigs and stuff like that. And I, at the Troubadour once, I almost had to fight Chad Smith from the Chili Peppers. Him?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was.
You could have totally taken him.
He's a big dude, man.
Is he
He's
really?
Actually, yeah. He was. I think he's probably 6'3" because I'm 6'2", and I remember him being taller than me.
Okay.
But because you get this thing where celebrities, they don't, they think they can do whatever they want. And I'm also not, but I'm not like a jerk bouncer. I recognize it was Chad Smith from the Chili Peppers. So I'm like, "Dude, I need you, just give me a minute. Just let me get somebody over here who can take care of this." And he's just like, "I got to go." And he tries to shove past me. And I put my hand, it's my own fault, put my hand on his chest and held him like a little stiff arm. I'm like, "Hey, wait, I'll take care of it." And he tried to get big on me. And then of course it turns into like a schmoz and people pull us apart. But he just, it's just the thing where you try to be as nice as you can. Again, Swayze, be nice until there's a time not to be nice.
Right.
And you try to be cool because, again, people pay to come to these shows. They want to have a good time. I'm not trying to be some jerk.
So what happened, Mike? Like you guys are face to face. You're both big dudes. I mean, did he
and
just
chest to chest? He tried to push past me, and I held him back. And then like his friends grabbed him, and then I had another security guy, and he like stood behind me in case anything happened. And then other guys came over, so they just gave him a pass, and he goes upstairs, and and then of course he mouths off at me, "Oh yeah, big tough guy, blah blah blah. You think you're a cop?" And it's like, I don't. Chad, but you think you're important and you can just do what you want. I mean, it's literally, unfortunately, everyone has rules. Even here, Danny, California, it happens.
You gotta respect the venue, okay? Like
Yeah.
no matter how big you are, you gotta
Yeah.
respect the stage you're on.
Yeah,
absolutely. And the people, like, what irritates me more about that story is he's in the Red Hot Chili Peppers. You're making $7 an hour.
Yeah.
They should respect that. You know what I'm
But-
saying? Like,
but he
you're
also
the
thinks-
last line of defense in some cases.
But he thinks I'm trying to be a hard ass for $7 an hour, and I'm not. You know what I mean? I literally am like, because again, the Troubadour is small, so upstairs is super small, and he's bringing like 5 people with him. So it's that thing where you're just, and again, I don't care about fire hazards. I don't care. But burn this place to the ground. I don't care. But just, I'm the one who's gonna have to hear it later. You know what I mean? So it was that thing. I got to use. I'm going to tell you this story. How much time do you have?
We've got about 3 minutes, Amanda.
All right.
3.5.
Three and a half.
We'll do 3.5.
When I worked at the House of Blues, Rick James was a notorious jagoff. He would show up. He acted like he ran the place. And the House of Blues was a very difficult place to work as a bouncer because they wanted you to bounce and keep the peace and make sure everything was okay.
Yeah.
But you were also supposed to kiss the ass of anybody who was important and let them do whatever they want. So it created, and again, $7.75 an hour. It created a weird thing where you're like, all right, I don't know. Cause then I don't know who's important enough. Who's important enough for me to kiss their ass? You know what I mean?
How much research do I have to do here?
Right. Cause I got into an argument with like the 4th horn player from the Daz band. I mean, like do I have to prostrate myself for this guy? I mean, they got Let It Whip and that's it. But Rick James, I love his music. I love everything about him. I think he's awesome, but he's a dick. I mean, he just was that guy. He would show up with like 15 people and go wherever he wanted and do whatever he wanted to do. And it would be this thing where you among the bouncers, you'd even be like, oh man, Rick is here. You know, like that kind of, because there was a foundation room and you literally would just let them go upstairs. You wouldn't even say anything, but they would still talk yang to you as they walked by. Almost like, yeah, you better let us go. And these aren't Rick James. Like Rick James, you can talk yang to me all day. I mean, you're Rick James.
Right.
You wrote Mary Jane.
But not the 4th player from the Daz band.
No, these other dudes are all with you. Rick James satellite friends. No thanks, man. No, I got no interest in that. What did you played timpani on something? Get bent.
Hey, Mr. Periphery, calm down.
Right? Oh, what are you, this finger snapping guy in the studio and says, great job, Rick. So now you get free drinks here and you get to walk past me and give me the eye? Back off. So at one point, I'm in the back. Now, the House of Blues had a million entrances, a front entrance, a porch entrance, a downstairs entrance, and going up to the foundation, there were stairs. So one time I'm blocking the stairs, and this is me. This is probably me at 470 pounds. This is peak Schmidt. Not really. I got the 525, but I'm just a planet. I mean, I'm blocking the stairs and I see them come up and it's Rick and his friends, and Rick won't even talk to me. It's the other friends in front. There's like, he goes 3 deep and he's in the 3rd row. There's like 2 rows of 5 and they go to walk past me. I go, Mr. James, you got to hold on. Let me get Lewis on the thing. And it's his boys who start with the blah, blah, blah. You got to let us up. Don't you know who this is? But they start yelling and screaming. And I'm like, fellas, and I won't let them pass. And I'm big enough to where I can kind of just move just a little bit to block them kind of. So I'm in their way and I'm blocking them. And then finally, Rick James is tired of it. And Rick James looks at me and he just goes, MRFer, don't you know who I am?
Oh, no.
And I go, I know who you used to be. And dude, Rick James just came flying at me, and all of his boys are there. Lewis is there, all the security, and it's this big mass of people just moving in a circle. And I'm on one end of it, and Rick's on the other, and everybody's in the between fighting. And he won't stop looking at me. And he's screaming at me and yelling, and I'm smiling in his face the whole time as we're going in a circle, just like, and I got in trouble.
Dude.
But I've had to use that line twice. The other time with the guy from the Daz band, I used it on him.
That is gorgeous, Mike. And you could say, I'm still ascending as a bouncer. You're on your way down, pal.
And again, I hated saying it because he's a genius. He's an absolute unequivocal genius. But in that moment, he was just a guy being a stroke. And so I just dropped it on him. And even my heart fell and my stomach's like, what did you do? Because immediately it all started. because Lewis, again, it was just 100 people yelling, and then he said it. And I don't know. I know who you used to be.
Wow, that is gorgeous. All right, to be continued. Mike, thanks so much for your time tonight, buddy. You're always a blast.
Pete, thanks for having me. Amanda, congratulations again.
Anytime. Well, Mike Schmidt, he'll be back. We'll hear more bouncer stories. We're coming right back to talk White Week of Film Festival. It's Peach Schwaba and Nightlight.
From Hobart to Bay Settlement, 97.9 WGBW.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
As a U.S. Navy veteran and business owner, I've lived through moments where every detail counts, and I carry that into mass appeal. That's why I personally ensure we deliver top quality promotional materials like t-shirts, sweatshirts, and more to help your company, whether it is a local business or school, gain the visibility it needs to thrive. Your logo is our business, and we're here to make your vision come true.
Go to massappealwi.com or drop by their shop on Lineville Road, just off Highway 41.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
This Veterans Day, pause to honor the brave men and women who've served our country with courage and sacrifice. We thank you, veterans, today and every day. A message from your local civic media radio station.
Small businesses are the heart of America. As the nation's largest nonprofit resource of expert business mentoring, SCORE has helped millions of entrepreneurs build their businesses for free. Find a mentor today at score.org.
Take a moment to thank the veterans in your life this Veterans Day. A simple thank you for your service will go a long way. This message from your local civic media radio station.
Oh, you've been on a fast train, and it's going off the rail.
Welcome back. It's a Monday night edition of the Nightlight, folks. So great to have you with me. Always fun. Nobody tells a story like Mike Schmidt. It's just an absolute blast talking to Mike. Anna from Madison in the 608 says, "Hi, Pete and Amanda. My favorite Muppet is Beaker. He is so nerdy looking, it makes me laugh." Yeah, Beaker's kind of he's probably the nerdiest Muppet.
I don't know.
No?
I don't know about nerdiest, but he's definitely one of a kind.
Who's nerdier than Beaker?
I don't know. I just feel like maybe Baby Bear is.
Fozzie Bear? Baby Bear?
Well, for Sesame Street, Baby Bear.
Is it Fozzie? All right. There's so many of these characters came back after.
They keep adding.
Yeah.
They keep adding.
They got to have turnover.
Yeah.
It just gets boring. JB on the stream says, spitting at the band, that's more severe than a handshake. Am I right, Pete? I don't know, JB. Depends who's doing the spitting. Yeah, probably. Craig Knett says, Grover is great. Excited to hear from Daniel and Jason. That's a great segue because my next guests, ladies and gentlemen, are two of the creative forces behind the film The Voice in the Vessel. And you can see this film at the Waiwega International Film Festival this week, as well as another film Daniel is in. He's kind of owning the whole festival, but we'll get there and we'll let him explain. It is my pleasure to welcome director Daniel Wheeler and actor Jason Buss. Hey, guys.
Hey, hey.
Hello, hello.
How we doing?
Good.
Excellent.
Is it weird that you guys can't see me, or is it helping?
Daniel, I'll defer to you on that.
Yeah, well, now there's only two of us having to share the real estate, so that's kind of cool.
There you go.
I'll say I'm okay with that. I'll say the ego is the actor. more real estate for me.
All right, there you go. Jason, welcome. This is your first visit to Nite Lite. Daniel is sort of a regular here. We love our time to spend with Danny Wheels, talking about his various projects. Do you guys have a favorite Sesame Street character before we really dig into some indie film talk?
Were you thinking about that already, Jason?
Not. I spent enough time watching Sesame Street growing up. Always loved Big Bird, Grover. I think Grover.
Grover's great.
I was thinking Grover too, man. He's kind of that lovable loser that, when he's Super Grover, he's got all the confidence. It's great.
Oh, I forgot about Super Grover. Yeah, he was like Elmo before Elmo happened. It was kind of Grover's show, He was kind of the stud.
Grover was on Jeopardy tonight. He was calling out one entire category of clues, actually for Grover Cleveland. So he was he was great. He was great.
That's awesome. All right, guys, let's jump in because there's two of you here. I've got questions for both of you. You've got a big week coming up here. Daniel, you have 2 films, am I right, in the Waiwiga International?
Yeah. So I'm in Craig Knitt's Daniel Needs to Leave, acting in that. And then we have The Voice in the Vessel with, there's a nice poster. Look at that right between us.
Great poster.
Voice in the Vessel, where Jason stars as Aaron, grieving father whose son is in the hospital. And he is up in the attic of his grandmother's and finds a old automaton that he puts a nickel in, starts spitting out cards, and the third card really throws him for a loop.
That's a great setup without any spoilers. I think you shared this with me, Daniel, a while ago, and it's such a beautiful looking movie. And you don't see a lot of short films that have like this really high class cinematography. They're out there, but I would say you hit a home run there. And then Jason's performance was great too. But how much went in this little indie film? How much went into the actual shooting of it in terms of cinematography and lighting and all that stuff?
Well, we, Jason has, he is friends with Nate Haben, and Nate's a great cinematographer, and he suggested, maybe we can bring Nate in on this project. I wanted to keep it real simple, like a Saturday after, a Saturday full day, maybe another half day in there. And Nate is great. He was interested in doing something kind of real creative. He liked the idea. He was being told about the automaton as it was being built and shared photos by Jason. But yeah, Jason, he's really wanted to work with Nate. So I'll kind of turn it over to you, Jason.
Oh, yeah. We were blessed by his talent, his insight, his years of doing this at a professional level, and great equipment as well. So he came in and brought everything that he knew, and he was definitely part of the location scouting process, and it definitely didn't hurt that the location that we filmed at actually happened to be very, very close to where Nate lives. So that
across the park, maybe.
Literally, yes.
Nice.
Yeah, walking distance away, but that definitely added to it. So many things came together. Yeah.
That's so huge when you're making an indie film. But you guys, is it the same? Like you say, you had to convince a cinematographer. Is it the same as like convincing an actor? Like an actor sometimes will do something for less money if it's great material. How do you convince a cinematographer, Daniel?
Well, I think it's just you're kind of artist to artist talking, and you need their help. I'm looking to help Nate whenever he needs it. It's a trade for a trade. Needed to make sure it worked with his schedule. I mean, he's a freelance businessman, so wanted to make sure that the weekend we picked wasn't coinciding with a big paid gig. So, but yeah, he's an artist at heart.
Let's pick up right there. We got to do the news here, guys. Then we'll come back and dig deeper into The Voice in the Vessel. We'll tell you when you can see it, and we'll talk Daniel Needs to Leave. Daniel Wheeler and Jason Buss are here. It's great to have you guys here. We're coming right back on Night Light with Pete Schwaba.
97.9 WGBW and WGBW.FM.
ABC News, I'm Stephanie Officer. The Senate tonight kicking off a night of votes, including a key test for the bipartisan effort to end the government shutdown. The preliminary agreement has Republicans agree to a vote later on to take up the ACA healthcare credits Democrats have been pushing for. Senator Bernie Sanders.
Let us not pave the way for 15 million Americans to lose their health care entirely because of savage cuts to Medicaid.
A vehicle transporting passengers at a D.C. area airport hit a dock at the building this afternoon, sending 18 people to the hospital. Officials say a mobile lounge, which takes passengers between the terminal and aircraft, struck the dock at an angle around 4:30 at Washington Dulles International Airport. The passengers who were hurt have non-life-threatening injuries and were taken to the hospital by the fire department. This is ABC News.
Hello.
Hey, I hear you, bud. Can you hear me?
I can.
Yeah, we're in the twilight zone here, but we could be live. So watch what you say.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Tonight, mostly cloudy and cold with a few flurries and a low in the low 20s. Sunshine returns for tomorrow and warmer. Highs in the low 40s and breezy. Dry weather is expected through the rest of the week as temperatures continue to warm up. Right now, it's 33.
Not completing high school is more of a social thing than it was an academic thing. Even though all these years have passed, I still had that longing to have my diploma.
At age 30, Carissa finished her high school diploma.
If you're even considering getting your high school diploma, you can do it.
No one gets a diploma alone. If you're thinking of finishing your high school diploma, you have help. Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org. That's finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Teachers are diverse, skilled leaders, innovating to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Teaching shapes lives. Are you ready? Explore teaching at teach.org, supported by the U.S. Department of Education and 1 million teachers of color.
Veterans are our friends, family, and neighbors. This Veterans Day, honor their service and sacrifice. We thank you, veterans. This is a message from your local civic media radio station.
Is getting vaccinated on your to-do list? We can help you check that off.
You've got this.
Yes, you do. See how we've got you at yougotthis.usaging.org. A message from the Aging and Disability Vaccination Collaborative, powered by U.S. Aging.
1, 2, 3, 4!
Welcome back. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nightlight. Great to have you with me. A reminder, folks, I mentioned this earlier in the show. If you're in the Madison area, this was just announced today with the sponsorship of WMDX, our affiliate here at Civic Media in Madison. John and Gordy, the morning hosts, and all of our friends at WMDX, Catherine Lake, and producer Dom, and Downdren's Distilling. They're the sponsor for the Godfather of Green Bay screening on December 4th at the Atwood Music Hall, the beautiful new Atwood Music Hall. It's $10 a ticket. $1 from every ticket goes to the Dane County Humane Society, and it's going to be a really fun night. John and Gordy will introduce the film and introduce me. I'll be there answering questions afterwards. It should be a really fun night. The doors open at 6. The film starts at 7. It's about an hour and a half, if that. And it should be a really fun night. So if you're in the Madison area, go to the Atwood Music website and get some tickets and come out and say hello. It should be a really fun night. Green Bay Llama says Oscar the Grouch is his favorite Sesame Street character. And not only is his favorite, he says it's my idol. Thank you, Green Bay Llama. Mike Desatel on the stream put 2 characters. I don't even recognize them. I don't even know who these guys are, but they're definitely Muppets. Thank you, Mike. Jason Jerry says animal, but specifically baby animal from Muppet Babies. Great choice, Jerry. Thank you, sir. And Dan Davies, our pal from here in Northeast Wisconsin, says Bert and Ernie because of their bachelor living arrangements and also because they were inspired by Ernie and Bert from the 1945 classic It's a Wonderful Life. I'm familiar with the movie. Thank you, Dan.
We also got a new one on the stream that I'm not sure what has been said, but the Snuffleupagus.
Oh, the Snuffleupagus, yeah, from Sydney. Hey, buddy. Good to have you with us tonight, Sid. And J.B. Thompson, Stuck in a Rift. Amanda Lynn, Large Live. I don't know what that means. Do you?
Nope.
I think J.B. Thompson is sending you guys messages. My guests right now are Daniel Wheeler and Jason Buss, 2 of the creative forces behind The Voice in the Vessel, which plays this week at the Waiwiga Film Festival. Daniel, when is your screening? I've got the website open here, and for some reason I'm clicking on it, and it's not coming up.
It's Friday night during the Psycho Fest. So I believe that's 7 to 9 p.m. It's a bunch of shorts during Psycho Fest.
That's
yes,
awesome.
sir.
What's that, Jason?
I was just telling Dan that, yes, absolutely, he is correct. 7 o'clock.
Fantastic. All right, so check that out. You can find more information at if you just Google Waiwiga International Film Festival, it'll take you right to the site. I bought tickets last night. I'm going to be there Thursday night, and it should be a lot of fun. Daniel, you were in the middle of telling us how you convinced this great cinematographer to do your short film when you might not have the money he's used to making, or, how do you get people like that to take a gig? And you said artist to artist, but you were about to elaborate.
Yeah. No, that's pretty much it. Yeah. Artist to artist. He, I think when you see something and you get invested in it, you want to help it, come to life. And, I wasn't sure about the cinematography for this, but Jason said, you know what, I got somebody in mind, would love to work with him. He's been a prize of the automaton build all along, and he seems quite interested. And so, Nate's an artist at heart. So, he wanted to help, bring this to life.
Can you explain to people what an automaton is?
Yeah, it's so it's one of those old vintage kind of robots, but it is, if you're familiar with the movie Big with Tom Hanks, it's the Zoltar. It's all really run with kind of like a clock. So lots of gears and whatnot. So it's meant to look like a old cast iron relic from maybe a boardwalk from the 50s or 60s. You put 5 cents in it, and it kind of spits out cards. Now, normally you would kind of get real generic cards like a fortune cookie, but this one seems to be typing very specific questions for Jason's character.
Jason, let's talk about that. First of all, tell me how you got involved with the project, and then what were your challenges as an actor? You're the only actor in the film. Did that add pressure to you to kind of carry the movie? I mean, there's all kinds of other facets here with lighting and shooting and all that stuff, but as an actor and the only one on the screen, that had to be kind of interesting.
Yes, that would be the short answer. Yes, interesting all the way. Daniel, I guess, refreshed my memory, but I think the story came up. We were introduced in a friend's backyard.
Yeah.
And it didn't take very long from there after meeting me, and Daniel brought up the suggestion of the story, and we went out, grabbed a beverage, told me more about it, some story points, and I was definitely intrigued. Okay, this is definitely unusual, and so it didn't take long from there for me to kind of say yes. Spending any time in honestly with Daniel, I was just kind of hooked. I'm like and it didn't take me very long after that to realize just his head is screwed on uniquely straight, very level-headed. I thought this guy is doing something. It's going to be really intriguing, and I want to be part of it.
My guests are Jason Buss and Daniel Wheeler, the creative force, the director and the actor of The Voice of the Vessel, which you can see at the Waiwiga International Film Festival. So I think I cut you off there, Jason. I apologize.
Oh, no, I just his energy, the story, and I definitely wanted to be part of it. Been an actor in the commercial world for many years, more than I'd like to admit. But actually, I'll rewind the clock for many people, at least a few people listening. I was one of the co-founders of the Wildwood Film Festival in Appleton many years ago.
Great. Nice.
So that was my entrance into film. But back to this, and as soon as Daniel kind of said, "Hey, I think you have the look that I would like my guy to have," just started talking story, and then I asked him hey, can I share this with somebody? I shared it with Nate. It didn't take long for him to say that he was on board, and fast forward, here we are. But it was definitely a longer, somehow faster, but also longer journey than I think either one of us expected it to be.
That's great. Daniel, you have such a chill energy, but you have the energy. It's like for someone as soft-spoken as you, people could misconstrue that as, oh, he's a very quiet guy. I wouldn't say that about you. I would say that's just, you're very observant. You're an artist. Jason, directorially, how does Daniel's style compare to other directors you've worked with?
I think, yes. Yeah. Oh boy. I want to work with Daniel. Do you want to work with me again?
The movie's done, man. Just unload. Let him have it.
Oh boy. I think on this set, very often I might have requested one or two additional takes, just to have some insurance, get a couple extra. That way you can polish something in post.
Sure.
But he was very much, I know what I want. Okay, I think we got it. I'm like, can we do another one? So I think the most that we did of any one take might have been 4.
Yeah,
Definitely,
okay.
definitely 5 tops, but probably 4, and on the average, like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was great, very, very chill. We did a lot of pre-work as far as the character and the level of performance and stuff like that. So once we kind of got to set, that what our expectations were pretty much on the same page with each other. So
I just realized we haven't even covered this. Daniel, tell people a little bit about what The Voice in the Vessel is about, if you want to dig a little deeper, and then where the idea came from.
So the idea that came from really wanting to make this sculpture, and usually with any project like The Last Witch of Wisconsin, it was the idea of making this cement death mask of a witch that kind of shot the idea. So with this one, I wanted to make an automaton. I wanted it to have moving parts. And I know I wanted to do another supernatural kind of creepy storyline. So that kind of runs the show and then I'll let the ideas start to kind of pour in as I'm working on this sculpture. And so a creepy, when you see the attic, it's amazing. I mean, Jason found this attic location, and it is perfect. It's got these huge vaulted ceiling, but it's all very kind of run down as an attic should be. And then it had a added bonus of an amazing basement, and there wasn't a reason to go into the basement until we saw the basement. And yeah, a couple of things that you really need to see to believe. It was, what were you saying, Jason? Like something like that would cost to try and set that in Hollywood would
design
be
it, yeah.
way too much. You would spend thousands of dollars to get something that still wouldn't look as good as that.
Yeah.
And I remember scouting the location, and Daniel and one of the other producers were actually across the state, repping the Last Witch at a different festival. And I connected with Nate, and we went and walked the house, took pictures upstairs, took pictures downstairs, and then begged Daniel, I'm like, here's pictures of the workshop. Please tell me we need to find a way to go down there. And to his credit, he reworked the script, and I think it fit in beautifully. Yeah.
That's great. We have about a minute to go till the break. So, Jason, my question for you: you worked on the film Deep Woods, I see, with Jeffrey Kurz. What was that experience like? A fun little thriller.
I was an extra. I was
okay.
sheriff's deputy for that day. I was dressed. There was a helicopter on location the day that I was there. Probably one of the scenes near the end of the film. That was it was an interesting day. Met some great people and the director and the whole deal. But yeah.
That's awesome. All right, we're going to have a couple more minutes with these guys after another short break here, and I'm going to tell you about another film that Daniel is in that's also playing at the Waiwega Film Festival. This one's more of a comedy that I really enjoyed as well. Bridget in the 818 says, Louis and Maria, I remember them, Bridget. They worked at Mr. Hooper's store or lived next door or something like that. Bridget says they were really nice, made an impression, looking forward to your movie in Madison. Well, thank you, Bridget. I have seen it. It is so funny and heartwarming. Wow. Thank you, Bridget. Please text more often. She says, can't wait to see it on the big screen again. Thank you. All right, we're coming back. We'll have a couple more minutes with our guests, Daniel Wheeler and Jason Buss. It's Night Light with Pete Schwaba on the Civic Media Radio Network.
Yes, I say the more my work gets done. 'Cause I live and breathe this Philadelphia freedom.
Howe Elementary Community School is looking for volunteers. It's Amanda with another new Wisco 411, letting you know that a volunteer opportunity is available at Howe Elementary because they need family and friends of the school community to serve as guest readers or storytellers for classrooms ranging from kindergarten to 4th grade on November 12th. You can connect with classrooms to share a diverse story that offers a different perspective. Learn more by heading to WGBW.FM and clicking events.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in Wisconsin. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the WIAA and the Wisconsin Athletic Directors Association.
Keeping you connected to your local community. Here's Terry Barr with the Civic Media Radio Network.
If you've ever snapped a photo at Lambeau Field, turns out you're in good company. A new study from sports analyst PixWise shows the legendary home of the Green Bay Packers ranks among the most Instagrammable stadiums in the NFL. Researchers looked at every venue, then counted the times fans tagged it on Instagram. Lambeau Field scored big, landing at number 7 with more than 218,000 hashtags. Fans point out the mix of history and heart that makes Lambeau so photogenic. From the frozen tundra and the old school bleachers to the modern updates that still honor its past. So at the top of the list, well, MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, home to both the Giants and the Jets. By the way, Soldier Field in Chicago ranks 4th. But when it comes to capturing that perfect game day moment, few places shine quite like Green Bay's own Lambeau Field. Until next time, I'm Terry Barr.
Doctors Without Borders is delivering life-saving medical care where it's needed most in communities around the world. From bandaging war-wounded patients in Sudan to providing clean drinking water in Haiti, we're in more than 70 countries worldwide, bringing patients from sick to recovering, from emergency to aid, from crisis to care. This life-saving care is made possible by a global movement of supporters like you. Thank you.
Freedom isn't free. It's protected by the dedication of our veterans. Let's proudly salute all who've worn the uniform this Veterans Day. Thank you for your service. This message from your local Civic Media radio station.
Every 15 seconds, someone is diagnosed with cancer. If it's happened to you or someone you love, the American Cancer Society can help at every step of the journey. Visit cancer.org today.
Welcome back. I'm Pete Schwaba. This is Nite. Great to have you with me. Amanda Nimmer filling in for Conrad Krieger tonight. It's going okay, right?
Yeah.
No craziness happening like the last time you were
Don't
here.
jinx it. we got 7 minutes
7
left.
minutes to go.
With the way today started, let's not.
Let's see what happens. Tomorrow night, folks, on Night Lights, actress Katie Leclerc will be here. She is the female lead in the film A Cherry Pie Christmas, which was filmed in Door County. That film is available to see now, and it will be available to stream November 15th. So we'll tell you all about that tomorrow. It'll be good to have Katie here. I don't think she has a connection to Wisconsin, but she was here to make the movie. So it'll be interesting to get an outsider's perspective on Door County. And then Green Bay-based director Craig Knitt will be here as well tomorrow. So our old pal Craig will be here. Not old pal, youngish. Daniel, thoughts?
Yeah. He's a young guy at heart. That's for sure.
He is a young guy at heart. And he teaches kids very well, too, at the Boys and Girls Club. So that's great. Craig will be here tomorrow night. Daniel, let's talk for a couple of minutes because Craig will cover this tomorrow. But Daniel needs to leave. You're the lead actor in this film. It's a very funny movie. Craig was very innovative the way he shot it. And again, he can elaborate more on that tomorrow. But what was that experience like? Did you like being in front of the camera?
I did. Yeah, it was fun to just show up and not have to worry about anything. Just, Craig, where do you want me to be? Okay, how many takes are we going to do? Sounds great. So yeah, that was kind of fun to just put on only the actor hat. And yeah, Craig kept it real loose. He wanted to most of the lines be improv'd, but a general idea of where we're doing with the outline of the movie was enough to get this kind of fun, comical Wisconsin goodbye, which most people in Wisconsin understand.
It's kind of funny. Amanda, can you put that picture back up where it's Daniel? The other one.
Oh, the other one?
Outside, yeah. I thought this was a really fun picture because the film is about you trying to leave a party, your character trying to leave a party. In this picture, it looks like they're trying to get you to leave for some reason. Like you're that guy. And I don't know. I thought, and look, the film works. It's really a fun film. And that, I think, is playing on Thursday at Waiwega, correct?
I believe that's true, yeah.
Okay. So you'll be there, right?
Yeah, I'm going to try and make both Thursday and Friday. Of course, Friday,
Okay.
yeah.
Dude, we can pal around. It's going to be fun. Before I let you guys get out of here, I want to ask you what you're watching. Jason, binge watching anything you could recommend?
I've binge watching entirely reality TV, so I cannot recommend that at all. I cannot recommend that at all.
Okay, but which one? You can't just
Thank you
not
for
name
your
one.
honesty.
Oh,
Amanda needs to know.
Oh my gosh. Selling Sunset.
Oh dear.
Yeah, yep. Selling DLC.
I'm so glad I didn't know that before we invited you on the show.
I know. Your opinion of me should just go down as I can tell it did.
No.
Totally kidding. My wife
Don't
watches
feel
that
bad,
show.
okay? Because
Yeah.
my partner and I are currently binging Love Island, and we just like to judge people.
Sure.
That's it.
No.
I appreciate your honesty. Thank you, Jason. What about you, Daniel?
Love is Blind.
Oh, what is that? What is that again?
It's a Netflix show.
No, that is in my peripheral.
Is that a reality show?
It is, yeah.
Oh.
But no, my wife Grace, she likes those shows, and where I work on my computer, it's kind of so I get a lot of periphery. I'm like, so every now and then I'll be working. I'll be, big old drop happen. But no, something we've been enjoying watching is the Chair Company.
Oh, so funny.
That one's so funny. And Murderbot. I really loved Murderbot on I think it's on HBO, but maybe it's on Apple. But it's a really good one. Great sci-fi. I'm not a big sci-fi guy, but this one is good.
Interesting. Those are great recommendations. And you know what? I'm sorry, Jason. I was making a joke. We all have our guilty pleasures. No reason to feel bad about it at all. Gentlemen, thank you so much. Good luck with the screening this week. Have a blast in Waiwega. Daniel, I will see you there on Thursday. And thanks again, guys. It was great having you on.
Thank you.
Good to finally chat with you, sir.
You too, Jason. Great to meet you. All right, so check out, we'll keep you guys posted too if these films come out to a streaming platform or something, or we'll give you other places you can check them out as that information becomes available. But go to Waiwega. Check out this festival. Amanda, there's like 1,000 people in Waiwega. Did you know that? But it's an international film festival. If you want a hotel, you got to go to like Appleton or Wapaka. And I find that so charming. And it's in this little opera house. It's awesome.
You got to wonder how it got there, though. Like, out of all the towns.
Ian Teal, he was on the show last week. He lived in New York City for years, came back home to Wisconsin. I don't know that he was from Waiwega. I'm trying to remember this, but he and his wife found this opera house. They're like, we got to do something with this. It's great. Very inspirational story. So anyway, my thanks to Jason Buss and Daniel Wheeler, to the always hilarious Mike Schmidt. Thank you, ma'am, for sitting in for Conrad. This is always fun.
Absolutely.
And thank you to Chris Casper again for working diligently, and Dan Marcus, our fearless leader here at WGBW. So have a great night, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow with Katie Leclerc and Craig Knit. Thank you for all of you. Thank you to all of you for answering the question. It's so much fun when you guys participate. So we're going to get out of here on behalf of Amanda. Good night, Wisconsin.
Cool kids never have the time. If it happens in Wisconsin, you'll hear about it.
Local news and time.